And Rob, 43 points from this Laker team, 58 points from the bench. James, this might sound crazy. I'm enjoying the preseason. I've never said that to you in our 9 years together, but it's been fun. Guys are playing hard, and they seem to be enjoying it as well.
Yes, Geeta, we are enjoying this preseason, coming off a championship, unlike the last 9 before that. But it is nice to see the start of something. You know, the Lakers were away from the finals, finally won a championship last year, and you can see the additions that they made. They're already kind of preparing for another season to win. So what I saw tonight was LeBron and AD coming in, trying to adhere to what some of the guys were already doing, played hard, played team ball, and then the bench came in, and that shows me that this bench could be, once again, one of the best benches in the NBA. So I was happy to see that.
I was very happy to see that, too. You know, sometimes when you get that start, you can get rolling quickly. So I was like, okay, I'm very interested to see how THT comes off the bench with that energy and that effort. Yeah. He acted like he started.
And especially because when he first came in, a couple of turnovers. Yeah. But he settled in real nice. He was great in the second half.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. That's the sign of a vet. He didn't get flustered. He just said, you know what? We made a little mistakes. You know, let's get in the flow of the game. Next thing you know, he got 18 points.
You know who's been really good? This guy right here. Let's hear from Kuz. He's standing by with Mike Trudell.
All right, Kuz, first of all, man, I have to ask you about Jared Dudley's threes. That seems to be the thing that gets the bench the most excited.
Yeah, anytime we can get Duz on the court and he gets a couple buckets or his patent three celebrations, we all love it. We love Duz.
You know, Bill and Stu were just talking, Kuz, on the broadcast about the chemistry with this team that's carried over from last season. What have you made of that? How do you guys all get along, and how do the new additions impact that?
You know, we're just brothers. Obviously, you know, we had the bubble to get really, really close, but even before the hiatus, we were, you know, practically hanging out with everybody in every city and doing everything like that. So with the new guys coming in, it's not like a fall in line thing, but like we invite it.
All right, you're averaging about 25 these last 2 games. You start tonight, you've hit 4 threes in each of these last 2. How are you feeling rhythm-wise, and how was that built for you after the shortened offseason since you guys, of course, won the title in October?
I just worked hard during the short off season, and it's you know, I'm just a little ahead of the curve.
So what do you expect from yourself for this season, Kuz? Some minutes perhaps available at the 2-3 almost with Danny going out. We saw you in that role tonight. How are you feeling about where that might best optimize the way that you can play?
I'm not really sure. You know, it's just so much going on. We got a lot of great players, great team. So we'll see what Frank does.
All right, Kuz, I appreciate the time, huh?
Yep, no problem.
All right, Brez is here. Before we get into AD and LeBron, which was the big story, this is their first preseason action, the first time they've been on the court since the Lakers won the title back on October 11th. I want to talk Kyle Kuzma. Kuz, we've talked about it many times on this show, a lot of expectations. Him being the one leftover, the guy that remained when the young core was traded, excuse me, for Anthony Davis. Found his role last year, kind of coming in and out of it, learning how to impact the team when you don't get 18 to 20 shots a game. But he worked hard this offseason, James, and it shows. You heard the numbers. He's averaging 22 in the preseason. He's 10 of 21 from 3 in the preseason. But, James, more than that, his decision-making has been outstanding.
Yeah, after you go through what Kuz has gone through, came in very promising, very talented, then he, you know, had a couple of injuries he had to overcome, came back into the flow when AD, and still a little frustrated, didn't feel like he was getting the minutes or the shots. But then he became quiet and methodical and started to just understand that this is a short, not a short game, but it's a long haul. It's a long career. And right now, his understanding of where he is and what he has to do is perfect. He's productive. He's playing his role, whatever needs to be done, whatever is asked of him, and that's what good role players do. And I think he's living up to it.
You know, it's a lot of times when you step into a season with great expectations. Last season, think about it. We put a lot of pressure on Kuz. They was like, oh, the third score, Kuz. This is going to be the man, Kuz. Think about that. That's a lot of pressure. And then you trying to step up to the plate and be all these things people want you to be and not understanding who you playing with, you know, AD and LeBron. You have to get in where you fit in, sort of say. And I think it was hard for him to adjust. And I think little by little, he's adjusting. I know it's a preseason. We haven't seen him in there with a lot of minutes with AD and LeBron. I just think it's a maturation process for him where he's learning the game and understanding who he is and what he needs to do to make himself successful as he makes the team successful.
I like that word maturation because that's exactly what it is, Brez. And there is pressure on Kuz, probably put on by himself as well, right? Guys his age who've been in the league that many years sometimes get extensions, Brez. You've already seen friends of his get paid big-time money. He's the only one with a ring. So when you get a ring, there are sacrifices that come with that, right? And he's been able to kind of stay patient, and I like the way he's carrying himself.
Funny you say contract, because there's a deadline looming. It'll be next Monday, the day before the regular season starts. That's a deadline for the Lakers and Kyle Kuzma to come to an agreement on an extension. Remember, he's entering the 4th and final year of his rookie deal. And the good news for both sides, even if they don't reach an agreement, he'll be a restricted free agent next year in August. So Lakers can retain him by matching any offer from a team. But what good timing for Kyle Kuzma. I mean, going into this potential deadline day, he's passing like I've never seen him before. You know, he's really looking for teammates, shooting great behind the arc. Like you said, Geet, just a shade below 50% so far in 3 preseason games. Remember, guys, last year at this time, he was injured. Remember, he got hurt while playing for the Team USA during the World Cup action. He had that foot-ankle thing. He was not a healthy guy coming into preseason last year. Looks pretty healthy to me right now.
Yeah, you know, and people are always wondering of these last couple, who's going to be the 3rd best player? Kuz doesn't need to be that guy. There are plenty of guys. Just let him be Kyle Kuzma. Let him be playing a role on this team. All right, AD, LeBron, big game. I'll go to you first. We got to see them. 15 minutes for LeBron, 18 for Anthony Davis. They combined for 21 points. LeBron got going his second stint when he went back in. AD right away. But it was just good to see them playing basketball once again in a Laker uniform together.
Yeah, letting the other teammates, especially the new arrivals, know what they've come here to play for and play with. You know, I thought AD was very active, you know, running down loose balls, blocking shots. It was as if he was in the playoffs already. So he's setting the tone that, hey, this is who we are. Yeah, I'm a big dog in L.A. now, and I'm a leader as well. And LeBron, you know, he just does what he does. I mean,
18th preseason for LeBron.
He just does what he does.
18. That's a lot of preseason.
A lot of preseasons.
A lot of games that don't matter. You know, the thing about those two guys is like, you expect a little rush, but they are such professionals. They take care of themselves. They take care of their bodies, and they do what the necessary steps to stay ready. And even though in that first quarter, it was a little feeling it out, but if you look at them in the second quarter, it was like, okay, this is who we are. This is why we're the champions, and we're the #1 seed going into this season.
Yeah, Big Game had mentioned the block shots as well, like AD blocking CP3. Now they're out running. Gasol throwing the outlet pass. You just saw them kind of clicking already. LeBron turning it on for a few minutes. Yeah. They got that separation. Then they said, all right, we're out.
Yeah, you know, LeBron, the first quarter.